What if I told you that one of America's most beloved desserts was a complete accident, and nobody even knew what to call it for years? Stick around until the end to discover how a forgetful baker created the perfect chocolate square that changed dessert forever. Picture this. It's the late 1800s in America, and a baker is rushing to make a cake. Maybe she's preparing for guests. Perhaps it's for a special occasion. But in the chaos of the kitchen, she forgets something crucial. She fails to add the baking powder. The cake goes into the oven anyway. And when she pulls it out, disaster. Or so she thinks. Instead of a fluffy, risen cake, she's staring at a flat, dense square of chocolate. It hasn't risen at all. It just sits there, looking nothing like what she intended. But here's where the magic happens. She tastes it anyway, and oh my goodness, it's incredible. It's chewy, it's fudgy, it's intensely chocolatey. It's everything a cake isn't supposed to be, and somehow that makes it perfect. The problem is, nobody knows what to call this thing. It's not a cake, it didn't rise. It's not a cookie, it's too soft and dense. It's not fudge, it has a different texture entirely. It exists in this delicious limbo, this perfect accident that defies categorization. So someone looks at this flat, chocolate square and makes the most obvious observation possible. Well, it's brown. And just like that, the brownie is born and named after its color. Not after its inventor, not after some fancy French term. Just brown, with a IE at the end to make it cute. Now, there are competing stories about who actually invented the brownie, and that's part of the charm. One legend says it was created at the Palmer House Hotel in Chicago in 1893 for the world's Columbian Exposition. Bertha Palmer, a wealthy socialite, wanted a dessert for ladies attending the fair, something more elegant than a cookie but easier to eat than cake, something they could pack in a box lunch. The hotel's pastry chef created what they called the Palmer House brownie, and get this, it had walnuts and an apricot glaze. The hotel still serves this exact recipe today, over 130 years later. You can walk into the Palmer House Hotel right now and taste the same brownie from 1893. But wait, there's another story. Some people say that a housewife in Bangor, Maine, created the first brownie when she cut up a chocolate cake into squares. Still, others claim it was that forgetful baker who left out the baking powder. The truth? We'll probably never know for sure. What we do know is this. By 1906, the brownie had made it into Fannie Farmer's Boston Cooking School cookbook, and suddenly everyone in America was baking them. But here's what's fascinating. That recipe didn't even have chocolate in it. It was a molasses brownie, and it was described as shaped like brownies, meaning little mythical helpful elves, not the color brown. The chocolate version that we know and love today didn't really take over until the 1920s and 1930s. And once it did, game over. The brownie became unstoppable. Think about it. When someone says they're bringing brownies to a party, everybody gets excited. Nobody ever says, "Oh, just brownies." Today, Americans consume millions of brownies every year. We've created endless variations: blonde brownies, cream cheese brownies, brownies with peanut butter, brownies with caramel, and even red velvet brownies. Some people prefer the edge pieces and others prefer the gooey center. There are entire baking pans designed to create all edges or all centers. And December 8th? That's National Brownie Day in America, a day when we celebrate this beautiful mistake, this unnamed dessert that became a legend. What started as a baking failure, a cake that didn't rise, a dessert without a proper name, became one of the most beloved treats in American history. All because someone was willing to taste the mistake instead of throwing it away. Every time you bite into a brownie, you're tasting the power of happy accidents, of looking at failure and seeing possibility. What mistakes in your family turned into traditions? Was it grandma's burnt cookies that everyone secretly loved? The recipe that went wrong but became a holiday staple? These imperfect moments are what make family stories real, what make them worth remembering. Have you thought about preserving these stories? The messy, funny, perfectly imperfect moments that define your family? Your children and grandchildren need to know that the best things in life often come from unexpected places. Drop a comment below and tell us, are you Team Edge or Team Center when it comes to brownies? And do you have a favorite family recipe that started as a mistake? Share your story. And if you love discovering how everyday things came to be, you need to join the History Sparks community. Hit that subscribe button because every single day we're uncovering stories that prove history isn't just about presidents and wars. It's about the delicious accidents, the forgotten heroes, and the tiny moments that changed everything. Tomorrow's story will make you see something ordinary in an extraordinary new way. Don't miss out.